Alright, in this video we're going to be checking the Bitcoin NVT indicator that most people don't know about. I find it very valuable. So we're going to go to our TradingView account and we're going to use the BLX exchange. The reason being, it's got the most data. Bitcoin actually has it from day one, from when Bitcoin was a penny. I'm sure most people haven't seen Bitcoin from a penny on a chart, because most people use the Coinbase, Bitfinex exchanges. Okay, let's exit that out. And just for entertainment, whoever you haven't seen Bitcoin from a penny, that's where we started from, right? When the Bitcoin Pizza Day, when a gentleman bought 2 large pizzas in New York for 30,000 Bitcoin, which was about 30 bucks. Okay, the guy had no money, and he kept calling and trying to get his exchange his Bitcoins for pizza. And this is what made Bitcoin actually worth $1 value, which it is today. So here's Bitcoin at a penny, right? In this range, 9 cents, 10 cents, October 2010. And we're going to count the bubbles on this one. I guess you can say this is a bubble. You go from 2 cents to 50, it's 25 times your money, down to 17, $1.09, it's kind of bubble-ish, down to 58, right? It's kind of a bubble. This whole range right here is a bubble. That's one bubble, right? You can see this chart formation here will start looking the same. It's kind of a bubble pop, right? So what, 50 cents to 32 bucks, down to 2 bucks. That's a bubble and it pops. We'll go to the next one here. You see the formation is kind of looks the same. Here it is, another bubble, right? Let's go down here in this little accumulation area down here. It's called the accumulation phase. Very boring sideways action, right? And you got Bitcoin at 8 bucks to 260 down to 65. And then that's our second official bubble. And we're going to move into our third official bubble here. Sideways accumulation phase, roughly $75. $75 to right here, you're right, 1180, 1200 bucks. 1200 bucks all the way down to 150, 160. Down here in this range, 200 bucks, 150 to 200, let's say. And $200, we don't look back till 20 grand. The bubble that everybody knows about. So the question is, when is the bottom of Bitcoin? When will we know? Well, this is a pretty big euphoric move, and it's going to take longer for this to draw out. It's bigger, more people involved, so it's going to take a little much longer than the previous bubbles, right? I think personally it can look something like this, right? And it's going to be a slow, drawn-out situation somewhere around this, and then we'll start to head back up a couple more years. That's my opinion. It's not financial advice. I have these green lines marked down here. These are support and resistance, previous bubbles and stuff like that. So the purpose of this video is to check out the NVT indicator. And so we go over here to indicators, go to the search box, type in NVT. That's network value to transactions, right? Because Bitcoin's value becomes of the use of the network. It's kind of like Facebook. Facebook doesn't really make anything. They're valuable because they have users. It's a network with a lot of users. The more the network is used, the more valuable it becomes. Same thing with Bitcoin. The more transactions, more wallets created, the more value Bitcoin becomes. Right? So here's this NVT indicator. We're going to go to a daily time frame. That seems to look like it worked the best. All right. Now that we went back and we went through these previous bubbles here, excuse me, you can see, bubble here. It's a little blip in the chart, a little blip in the chart, and eventually one day, this will be a little blip in the chart. That's the beauty, right? We squish this down. It's gonna be a little blip in Bitcoin sitting up here, at $1 million, in 2030, somewhere around that range. Who knows, right? Be a little blip in the chart, just like these little guys are over here compared to this one. All right, so it's an NVT indicator. It flashes red and green. It's pretty simple, cut and dry. When it's green, you buy. When it's red, you get out. I can line my cursor up. Right here, it's buy, green, right? That's you know, Bitcoin, 50 bucks. Right, let's open this up, get a little more better visual, see a price action we're getting on it. All right, here we go. Get out, right, top here, 250, get in. Where's that at? 50 bucks, 58 bucks, 60 bucks. Red flash, well, where's that at? 11, 1200. Green flash, right here. It's green, believe it or not. I'll zoom in on it and give you a good look at it. Right, you get a green flash. It's right over here. My cursor is. That's Bitcoin 160 to 190, and it gives you another chance here. That's Bitcoin at 353, right? So basically, these green flashes means buy and hold till it turns red, and it's pretty close to the tops and bottoms. It's the bulk of the gains in the crypto market. So if you want to hold 2-3 years, this is the indicator to use, right? So we're going to see how many times in Bitcoin's history, since we have up since day one from a penny, how many times they let us know, hey, load up and hold, right? Load them and hold them. That's the idea. All right, so let's see. So this right here is telling you accumulate, right? This is Bitcoin like $5, $6, $10. Telling you this whole time from August of 2011 all the way till February 2012. So about 6 months of accumulation. Load and hold. Buy some more. It's pretty much the same price. Sell. Buy. Sell. Right? Pretty simple. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. Right? Let's just see if there's any more over here, which I think there is. 6 times. And we'll talk about this little area over here. Right? So, and it told you to get out here, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right? So now, this current one was Bitcoin 20 grand. Right? 150 Bitcoin, 20 grand. Look at that. January 2016 and to December, basically the top, end of December, get out. Green flash here. So this is 20K to 6K, 6K to 12, right? So what it does, it calls the majority of the gains in the cryptocurrency space. We're sitting here today in limbo, and if you can see the last bubble, it kind of looks familiar. Not exactly the same, but pretty much the same chart pattern. This would be supposedly the 1200 top, 20K top. This was the 600 top when we pop down, pat back up. That's your bottom. Pop up, pop down, pat back up. No green flash. We're waiting for us. So for me, it looks like we're in this area right here, which is over here. Granted, it's not the exact same chart pattern. I think it's bigger. It's a bigger bubble. More people involved, like I said earlier. So all we have to do now is wait for this green flash. You can just make a TradingView account, email, password, type in the NVT up here in this indicator box, NVT. Make sure on the daily chart and check it once a week. That's all you have to do right now. We still have plenty of time, months, before we bottom, and that's pretty much it. It's a really good indicator. So I'm guessing, listening to the news or false hopes. In my opinion, we're in a fourth wave. I'm gonna do a little Elliott wave here on this chart. Those who are familiar with it, Elliott wave theory, right? It's all about the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So Elliott wave theory, the most common target for a three wave is between the 1618 and 175. So I believe this is so one wave down, so 2 is a 3, 4 potentially is in, not yet, we don't know yet, and then a 5 down, roughly one of these green lines that I put on my chart here. Hopefully my support and resistance lines with my RSI, stock RSI / NVT indicator will give us a really good area of bottoming Bitcoin. So let's do a little measurement. Top of the 1, get that right on there, right there. Top of the 2. Well, Let's move this over so you get a better visual. Right on there, like that, right? Look at that. Well, the most common target for a 3-wave is the 1618 to 175. So in my opinion here, we have a 1, 2, 3, potentially 4s in, and 5. That's just, it's a guess. It's not a price target to buy at, but it's just a guess. Makes sense. You have some previous support and resistance here. A lot of buying in this zone here. You also have some here, right? So take this off and kind of get a look at it. Let's call it Elliott wave. Let's take these lines off here and just have this numbers here. And let's take our measurement from our 2 to our 3, top of our 2 to the bottom of the 3. And our most common target for a 4th wave is between the 38 and 52. Now, can we stop here to 236? It's uncommon. It does happen. Percentages are lower, but this thing can run up to 4,700, 4,800, 5,200. We start invalidating this 4th wave when we pass this 618, 615. Price starts coming up here. Then we have to do a remeasurement and say, hey, you know what? Potentially the bottom is in, right? This can be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up. So let's draw that out and kind of take a look at it. But that's okay. If that happens, that just gives us confirmation. We're still going to get Bitcoin pretty cheap. Say, well, how's that going to happen, right? So Elliott wave applies on the way up and on the way down, right? It applies the same way going down, going up. So let's put our lines on it. So it looks something like this, right? But then all this only becomes is one wave. It's wave 1. There's 5 subwaves inside of wave 1, and then there's 5 subwaves inside of here, and 5 more, etc. But then you're going down to no price action whatsoever, which is not even worth trading or looking at. So let's just say the MVT indicator is wrong, and or this is the bottom or new trend. Well, the best thing to do is wait for this to develop. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This all becomes a 1, right? Let's take this off. This becomes now one wave. Now we're looking for the 2. You're going to get a retracement. So if it is the bottom, we'll wait for, wait for this to blow past that 65. Let's put that back on there. And we start getting invalidated. Our 4 wave starts getting invalidated and we start coming up here. Okay? We're saying, okay, you know what? 4 is most common is 38 to 50. We're blowing past the 65, 618. Doesn't look like a 4 anymore. This would be a 1 wave. But if it is a 1 wave, we just measure from the bottom of the 1 wave to, let's say, the top of the 2. We don't know what 2 is. We're guessing it's up here at 6,400. We're just guessing, right? So we'll just measure like this, and we want to buy the 50 to 618. So even though, let's say it does do this, you can still get Bitcoin at 4,400. Yeah, you didn't get it at 31, but at least you waited for confirmation. This gives you confirmation. It's making higher highs. Higher high, lower high, higher high, lower. So you can wait for that confirmation for this to break the 65. In my opinion, it's highly unlikely. Because what we can do here is see, is this possible? Let's go to our RSI. Let's go check out our RSIs. Right? Well, on our daily, you got a little bit more meat for it to go up, maybe up to here. There's not a lot, but our weekly is getting topped out. That's the problem. So our weekly is getting topped out. So our probability of that happening is less likely. Right? Because trading is about probability. It's not about being right or wrong. It's about putting your money to work for you in a great spot. That's what trading is about. It's not about picking the exact price. It's about putting your money. See, I want to buy Bitcoin right now. Now, Bitcoin was over here, down at 0. Yeah, sure. 3,200 goes to 4,200, $1,000 move. But here you have this move from this oscillator over here, mid oscillator, that puts a price at 3,600. We're sitting at 3,900. We're almost maxed out. So I think when this weekly rolls over down to 0 again, so I have an alert here, That'll be your bottom in Bitcoin. I'll check my MVT. My MVT should be flashing green. This thing should be rolled over at 0, whether it's June, July, August, don't know the time frame. And we should have a Bitcoin bottom. Should be pretty exciting. That's the time when you load up and hold, put the mortgage, sell the house, sell the kids. Just kidding. And load up. If you like the video, subscribe, share, like, and leave a comment below.